Hello YouTube, Librarian Larry here, and today I'm going to be talking about a little known part of Toontown's history, Flash games. Back when Toontown Online was still around, Disney made a bunch of Flash games to help promote the game. These games would appear on banner ads on different websites to try to get kids to play them. Of course, they would always lead to an advertisement trying to get people to download the actual game and get a membership. So today I will be going over each Flash game they made and how it plays. Before I begin, I want to thank toontownflashgames.com for hosting versions of all these old Flash games. It is because of their media preservation that I am able to play these games today. I'll also be linking their site in the description below if you want to try some of these games out for yourself. The first game is Card Cog. This is less of a game and really just an interactive advertisement. You are presented with a bean counter and asked to pick a gag, where you have the choice between a flower pot, an anvil, and the piano. The animation for the gag you pick plays, and the cog is destroyed, and a window telling you that you can fight more cogs in Toontown Online pops up. This is by far the lamest of all the ads, since it has no actual gameplay to it. Personally, I would have made it a rock, paper, scissors type of game using different gags, but who knows what budget and time restraints they were working under. The next game is Cog Crush, and it is a huge improvement over Card Cog, since for a Flash ad, the quality of this game is honestly amazing. You start off by creating a toon. Yes, they actually added the make a toon specifically for a Flash ad, and then go into the game. You have a limited amount of gags, and you need to defeat the cogs in your way. You do this by selecting a gag and trying to hit the cogs as it attempts to dodge you. After you go, it's the cogs' turn, and they try to hit you, while you try to dodge their attacks. If you defeat the cog, you advance to the next level, but if you run out of laugh points, you lose the game. The game is really fleshed out and actually gives you bonus points for each laugh point you didn't lose, each gag you didn't use, and for finishing a level quickly. The game itself is honestly pretty fun, and could actually be a good trolley game if it was reworked a bit. Next is Cog Invasion Throw. This is a shooter game where you need to throw pies at cogs who are getting closer to you. You move left and right with the arrow keys and aim with the mouse. Once you earn a certain amount of points, you get a more powerful gag. Once you get 300 points, you win the game. This game is pretty short but fun. My only complaint is that they got the order of gags wrong. For some reason, they put the slice of cream pie after the full fruit pie. I'm guessing the Flash games weren't made by the same team who made Toontown Online, but it's still a weird mistake to make. Next is Laugh Lanes. Yep, because when I think of Toontown, the first thing I think of is bowling. This is a basic bowling game where you try to knock over as many pins as possible. It's pretty much the same thing as Glub's minigame from UB Funkies, but with worse graphics. Next is Memory Game. This is a basic memory game where you attempt to match two of the same symbols by revealing them one after another. Despite this being a Flash game, it is still way better than Toon Memory Game. Like really, I hate that game. Next is Puzzle Game 1. This is a game where you need to reassemble an image from Toontown into the way it's supposed to look. You do this by clicking on two pieces and swapping their places. Sometimes, cog heads will pop up and you need to click them in time. If you don't, then they will randomly swap two pieces and make it harder to complete the puzzle. If you liked Puzzle Game 1, then you're going to love Puzzle Game 2. Yep, from the makers of Puzzle Game 1 comes the exciting sequel. What's interesting about this one though is that it actually has a download page around it, meaning this game once played as you downloaded the Toontown launcher from the Toontown website. What makes it even stranger is that the game also refers to the cogs as the suits, which was the name for the cogs during Toontown's development. Meaning this game is very, very old and is possibly from when Toontown was still in beta. Next is Toontown Throw Game, and I wish I could tell you what this says. Yep, this is actually a Japanese exclusive Flash game. You play as Flippy and throw pies at the incoming cogs. The cog can also throw attacks at you, which you need to dodge. The game plays great and has some great looking animations. I just have two small complaints with it. The first is the image they use for the background. It appears as if they wanted to make Toontown Central look more like a city for some reason, so they cut a bunch of different pictures and stacked them together. For me at least, it's really disorienting and makes the game a little hard to look at. My other complaint is, why does Flippy have a duck laugh meter? Next is Cog Target Practice, and this went above and beyond what I expected for a Toontown Flash game. This has a unique art style that fits Toontown really well, unique sound effects and music, and has some cool extra features such as saving high scores and a gallery of all different cogs. The way it works is that you need to grab the symbol that matches the cog that is coming towards you and throw it at them. It is a really fun game, and I honestly did enjoy spending a little time with it. I also think it went well above and beyond what it had to do by adding its own unique animations, sound effects, and overall art style. Finally, we have the crossover of the century, the Toontown Neopets Flash game. Yep, Toontown actually had a flash game on Neopets. It's not surprising considering Neopets was extremely popular at the time, and many other companies did the same. The version on the website is for the UK version of Toontown, so I'm not sure if the game ever appeared in the US or not. Anyways, you start by picking a difficulty. Easy can get you 100 Neo points, medium can get you 200, and hard can get you 300. You then buy gags using an allowance of jelly beans they give you. Once you finish stocking up on gags, you then fight a cog on the streets of Toontown. The combat works by you picking a gag and then trying to stop the meter in the green section. If you succeed, the attack hits and the cog takes damage. If you miss, then the attack misses. After you attack the cog, it takes its turn and damages you. Whoever runs out of health first loses. The game is pretty fun and has a risk-reward mechanic since higher level gags do increased damage but are harder to hit. So those were all the Toontown Flash games that were made to help promote the game, or at least the ones that we know about. I have to say I'm surprised that Toontown did have this many Flash games because it seems that Disney was at one point marketing the game pretty aggressively, which would align with all the commercials that used to air on kids shows like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and of course the Disney Channel. Overall, this kind of advertising is actually pretty unique and was pretty cool to see. I did play Toontown during Toontown Online, but I unfortunately never actually ran into these Flash ads in person online, so I don't know what it was like to experience them the way they were actually meant to be played. So, what do you guys think about the Flash games? Let me know in the comments below. Also, when you played Toontown Online, did you ever run into one of these? Where was it, and how did it go? Let me know. Also, be sure to subscribe for some more Toontastic videos coming soon, and I will see you guys next time.